Mr. Ngbale, I'm still trying to put my finger on, you say that you held a meeting with the president, the chairman of the PDP was in attendance.
Yes.
You also said that it was him at a separate meeting. You also met with the PDP Board of Trustees chairman.
Yes.
And the president and the PDP Board of Trustees chairman did say that the meeting or the primaries should hold in Yola.
That's correct.
But the chairman was against it on the grounds of the report that was presented by the ambassador. Now, if the president did say that the primary should hold in Yola and the Board of Trustees chairman did support him, why didn't the primaries hold?
Well, it's not...
Because the chairman wasn't convinced?
No, it was not for me to say. You see, the truth is there are some things playing out here. People deciding that some should be and others should not be. We all know that the circumstances of our birth is the same all over. There's no reason why anybody should feel he is better than another person, except if you prove it. People have not proved themselves and they feel that they can just rule like that. Nobody has the right to rule. This is what is playing out. They are playing out a script of trying to deny some section of the state the right, the birthright they have.
What section of the state are you talking about? Is there some local politics involved in this?
It's more than that. It's much more than that. There are about 87 tribes in Adamawa state. And all of them have the right to aspire to the highest position of the state. But because some people believe that some should not aspire, that is why all these things is happening. There's no reason why no Ribadu should not subject himself to fair competition. We have a sitting governor in place. What stopped him from contesting this election? Why should anybody just say, Bala, go and contest for Senate, while no Ribadu should contest for the governorship? Is it right? It is definitely not right. Everybody should be allowed the position of a governor as far as he's a bona fide indigene of that state.
I thought they said they had been zoned to the central.
Not at all. The zoning process that made that alleged zoning to the center happen was because of the acting governor's position then. They did not want him to contest after finishing Nyako's term. But unfortunately, he was indicating as if he might go in to contest for the 2015 election. That's why they said, no, this after you, this election should, this office should be zoned to the center. After that, when he was removed from office and the deputy governor came into place, that zoning became null and void because he was not part of it, and he happened to be from the north again. So if he intended to contest for this election, he had every right to do so. But because some people were attempting to block him, they said this thing has been zoned to the center. We all know it is not proper for that type of arrangement to be, agreed upon, and that's why the entire state. By the way, we bought the form for him. Contributions were made and form was purchased that Bala should contest for the governorship election of the state.
But at the moment, is he contesting?
Well, we don't know what the party will do by and by because up to now, I tell you, we don't have a candidate.
So if, but your governor now was part of those that are contested in the Abuja Congress, would you have been happy?
I don't think it would be right for him to have done that as a lawyer.
Assuming he was one of those, because the party leadership determined...
He was not part of it.
What does your constitution say about where this primaries hold? Who decides that?
The national headquarters
decides
that.
So if the national headquarters decides to hold your primaries in Abuja, what's wrong with that?
No, everything is wrong about it.
But they have the right to decide.
Everybody is bound by constitution.
But you said the constitution gives the national headquarters the right to decide where the thing holds.
The constitution also had set down rules for everybody. Can the president decide today that he will kill all Nigerians and we go and line up for him to shoot us. Constitution forbids what the Constitution allows the president to do, and there are certain things that the Constitution forbids the president from doing.
You don't clarify, please. Sorry, please clarify.
Yes.
Is it the PDP's constitution or the Constitution of the Federal Republic of
No,
Nigeria?
the PDP, I'm talking about any constitutional arrangement at all.
Okay.
There are set down rules by any constitution that makes anybody in position of power to be limited by certain aspects of his operations. You don't just operate without, due considerations to these constitutional arrangements that has been set by the general body of the party. That these rules are made wrongly and people obey them, I think is wrong. It's not right for us to obey wrong rules.
But we usually, the idea is for you to obey, then you complain and seek legal ways to see how you can address the wrong rules.
Okay.
But if wrong rules have been set down, general idea is for people to obey it first.
Of course, we've done that, and we've followed all the processes. Why did you have to see the president as the leader of the party? It's part of all these processes.
Have you tried to reach the president again on this particular matter? Because if he gave his word and he was supported by the chairman of the BOT, and you had this meeting also with the chairman of the party, have you tried again to get to the leadership of the party?
But are you telling me that he's not aware that this primary is held in Abuja? The president is very aware of all those things.
The president is a busy man.
No, he knew it. Adamawa is one of his primary constituencies in Nigeria. He knew the number of votes he got from Adamawa to make him president. And he knows how many votes he could get from Adamawa this time around.
Are you threatening not to support Nuhu Ribadu if eventually you have to go with him as a choice? Because a lot of people will say that the window you have is also narrowing. I would think that by now, all the names of the governorship aspirants should be with INEC.
No, I don't think yet, because I heard they have shifted the date to about 26 or thereabout.
26th is just
Yes,
Friday here.
yes. But a situation where one person stands against everybody, I feel needs some rethink. Nuhu Ribadu in Abuja was conducting this primary election alone against all other candidates in Yola.
He was there alone.
He was there alone. He was there alone. There was no candidate. All other candidates were in Yola. Majority of the delegates were in Yola.
Did they know that the primaries were holding in Abuja?
Everybody knew.
Everybody knew.
Everybody knew that they
And
were
they-
making attempts to hold the primaries in Abuja.
Did they know the reasons why the primaries were going to be held in Abuja?
No, as far as we're concerned, there was no reason for it.
No, but you said the chairman showed you a petition that was written
That is what I'm
against.
telling you. This purported petition was written by a said to be honorable ambassador.
Can we look at that petition? What did the petition say?
He said he was kidnapped by the governor.
He was kidnapped by
He
the
was
governor.
kidnapped by the governor.
That's Balangilai.
Yes.
And that's why he suggested, or was recommending that the primaries do not hold in the
He
state.
said his life was in danger. He was kidnapped, and to the best of my ability, nothing like that happened. If anything, that man was kept in the presidential lodge, which are supposed to be the safest place in Adamawa State.
But people have been held under house arrest in some very
No,
comfortable places.
He was not held under any house arrest. Normally it is right for you to think like that, because a person that rose to the rank of an ambassador to represent Nigeria outside should be taken as an honorable person. But for such a person to make this type of baseless allegation, it calls for pity against this country.
So you're saying it was just him that complained, nobody else complained?
I don't think anybody complained. I don't think so. Not that I know of.
So what's the option now if Nuhu Ribadu is being touted as the candidate of the PDP?
As far as I'm concerned, I'm not Adamawa State. But I pity Mr. President, I pity Nuhu Ribadu. Because the bulk of our people are not PDP people, they are not APC people, neither do they belong to political parties. They are free people, and they will do what they are supposed to do. Our people are not happy, I must confess to you, the people of Adamawa State are not happy about this development.
Let's just a quick one. Assuming it was your candidate, and assuming it was your candidate that got the nod, even if the primaries were held in Abuja, would you be complaining?
No, I will not. I will not be part of it. I will not be part of that type of arrangement. You may wish to ask who I am after we finish this program, but I will never succumb to that type of blackmail against the people, not me. And I will not see a primary election being moved out of the constituency and try to be part of it.
So have you reached out to any other person to ensure that maybe everyone cannot be happy about primaries, but at least that what you allege to be wrong is corrected?
You see, we have made all efforts. There's an appeal panel set by the party itself as a means of redressing this type of arrangements. We've followed that, and after that, I think we are taking the legal option, which also is another one open to us as a party or as aggrieved people in the party.
Okay, we'll also find out about that in just a moment, but just give us a minute. We'll be back and wrap up this segment. So join us again.